Already I'm noticing that Rufire is donning the utility here. He's got himself a Molotov and a smoke. I'm curious what the usage is going to be of that. Is this to flush players out, or is that molly going to be kept for a post plant? If this is a B play, I feel like this molly is going to get lobbed in, and it will now over at Connector, hoping to slow down rotations, but instead Fnatic Rising is stacked very heavy over towards A because of this noise that was made at ramp. The molly never really plays into the round, but the smoke allows them to gain real estate over here towards CT. So now just 3 players remaining for Fnatic Rising. There's the opener. Trades were hoping to come through from Bloody, but he's falling a little short. Lomic and Rufire left in a 2-on-2, and really it should have never gotten this close.
No one on the bomb though, ticking not in their favor. Lomic's last standing and he's gone very quickly. Oh, they've got the defuse, they've got the kit, and they've got the round. Fnatic stealing away the pistol. Lovely little retake there as well, right? We obviously had a great game out of Regali yesterday on this map, but I'd say there were a few shining stars to switch really, really strong together. This little duo, Kevin and Pepsor. And honestly, Process as well, he snuck in there on the scoreboard. Even started this game off as well with that big flank down ramp. Was denied, but set Fnatic up for the retake, and in we go. VP, they got a bomb plant. For many teams, that's temptation enough to buy, right? Get a couple of AKs, get some pistols. I love 5 Galils, and I'm so glad they went for it. Yes. Okay. We're starting to see this more and more, and it really is about time, right? For $2,800, you can get a Galil with full armor. That's a lovely little deal there. And so everyone is armed.
Yeah, I've seen the dialogue finally coming around that, you know, having 5 Galils on this second round is almost like having a T-side M4 in a way, and a lot of the time you're only up against pistols, or not pistols, SMGs, sorry, on the other end.
You have more rifles, for sure, almost every single time. People told me I was mad when I wanted to buy 5 Galils, but look who's laughing now.
Yeah. Well, here you go, VP.Prodigy, they listened to your wise words. And it might serve them well. A 3-on-3 post plant with these Galils. Having found a nice bit of real estate in the round. Now this retake coming through. Is it going to be another B retake for Fnatic Rising? Think from that first challenge with the Galil, but the kills come up in favor of Fnatic, and the defuse is found. Regali once again the man to make it happen.
Galil, more like Galal.
Yeah, imagine buying up 5 Galils.
Very nice try, very nice try. All fun and games at the end of the day, and Fnatic looking good for the retakes right now. That's a good sign. Regali keeping up his appearances from yesterday. And Galils, yeah, they can feel a bit finicky, right, with the sprays, but once you learn it, you know, definitely better than the FAMAS. We got some comms. Let's see what Fnatic are up to here in round 3 into our first gun round. Let's go.
Yeah, they will take right. I'm nading mid and I'm coming to you, Pepe.
Yeah.
Flash. I'm all
first.
of now.
No one
Boom,
under B.
second.
Nothing?
Yeah.
Boom.
They bought
They
again.
bought, yeah. I can't flash yet. I don't have molly for you.
Can we need 50?
Yeah, I'm nading now.
Go.
I'm blind again. I'm
One
ready with
mid.
flash.
It's white.
Window, window.
Flash.
Flash again, do the same shit, guys.
Boom. Okay.
We have A.
One more window. It's low window.
They have shit.
Flanking B.
Close under window.
One holding me. Yeah, one B lobby.
There's smokes in front of B. I think one is complex.
One close.
You could just, I think you should save boys.
Yeah, on the window.
Close left.
Saving.
And config, I think.
Yeah, too close.
We can force here.
Yeah.
I'm gonna bait.
Oh, pretty silent as the embers of that round kind of burn out for Fnatic Rising. These relentless force buys from VP.Prodigy do finally break down this defensive side. And look at the limitations now for Fnatic Rising. As a result of always getting pressured, right? The pistol, 2 players surviving. That anti-force buy, the anti-Galil round, 1 player surviving. That last round, it's picked up by VP.Prodigy, and it's left them with 1 M4, collection of pistols, and a FAMAS on Pepsor. If they lose this, suddenly VP.Prodigy are slingshotting themselves up into the lead.
Yeah, that's why that double force is so effective, right? When you make it a 1v1, it's always tempting to rebuy, as that CT economy is so easy to break at times. Into the B site, Pepsor's so flashed, could not see a thing. And this is a lovely little execute for VP.Prodigy. Nothing can go wrong here. You're not going to be giving up the retake in this round, while making sure no one's hiding out in the smoke, but it's all fine and dandy. Bomb planted. Fnatic really should be saving again, and especially on this M4. And VP laughing. They've got a round for free with 5 alive as well. Yeah, don't really know what to expect from VP in this map, right? Obviously, not a lot of maps played for many of these teams, especially these two. VP, this roster, have only played 8 maps coming into this tournament, and only playing it once on Vertigo. They took a win v AGF, so yeah, we don't really have a lot to work off in that sense. But it goes both ways. At least we saw Fnatic on this map yesterday. VP will have as well. It might have leaned into them wanting to play Vertigo. Feel like they learned something that they can exploit. Got that A short smoke from Cheerful, so looking like VP are going to be going on towards A in their first gun round. You often see Vertigo games just fall into this repetition. The ramp takes back to back to back. They will be smoked off, and so they concede it early on.
Yeah, I mean, I tell you what, it's still early days, right? We're 5 rounds in, but I feel like already we've had, just a lot more attention towards this B site in this game, right? Throughout all the other Vertigo games we saw, it was a lot of these pump and dump A executes, and then coming down to the retakes, whereas here we're getting a bit more of a vary. I was going to say vary. Nah, not vary, mate. It's just been B, and it's no exception to that rule here in this rifle round. Woo! They charge down the defending players. It is brutal, Hugo. Very astute observation there.
Thank you.
And with just Keve left.
Yeah, it is just Keve left.
Buddy's going to get the kill.
He did get the kill.
Bloody hell.
Yeah, 4 alive as well. No, nice little fake out as well in the first gun round. Or, sorry, not the first gun round. After, winning the first gun round, they go back into the B site. But prior to that, they throw that A short smoke. They make a bit of noise running towards A. Then they just walk back. And Fnatic were probably expecting a ramp take to be coming in at that point. 1 kill, and then it just snowballs out of control. VP, well, they actually go for an A take this time around. Again, doing the same, running towards it, but this time crossing the bridge and going for the commit. Regali's here with the AWP, but he won't see anyone. Won't get a guaranteed kill. Back to the site for him. Still with that short control. And Fnatic have numbers on this A site, right? So much of this map is going to come down to audio. What do you hear from the get-go? Where are those T's running? Having the CT side above them, you can hear so much. But at the same time, VP can feed you misinformation. They can fake footsteps. They can make you hear what they want you to hear. But all that said and done, VP are still stacked up on A and do look to recommit later on.
Oh, re-aggression into top ramp, though. Regali lining up this flash for his team. The FAMAS is... Oh, it's not going well out of the gate. The peaks are late with the flash as well. Keve, the only guy to peak with it. And Regali's going to get mopped up.
Ouch.
VP.Prodigy with a devastating A-side take. No survivors. Pepsor has rotated into elevator. He's not ever going to go much further than this position in the 1-on-5.
Yeah, and I don't think we've given a lot of love or a lot of hype to this VP.Prodigy team, mainly because they are again one of these new rosters and they lost their game yesterday. But as said, it was a dominant game against them, and they pulled it back and made it very close at the end. So, considering they did that against the Young Ninjas, a team that even themselves expect to be in the final here for this event, I'd say we can't sleep on VP yet. We don't know what they're bringing to the table. We've only seen Overpass. And so already you're seeing a lot better signs on these T halves. T side, they struggled in that opening game. 5 rounds on the T side of Overpass, and it was the defense where they pulled that comeback. This time, no need for a comeback. They're in full control. They've broken the money again. It's another eco for Fnatic. It's VP building. Even started to bring out the AWP on Lomic too.
Oh, what? What just happened? Keve deeks him through ladder room. What?
Bye.
Hang on. I'm trying to like put the... So Keve's now an elevator, but I guess he just ran there from mid. I'm assuming he didn't wallbang anywhere else. Because you can wallbang from short, little known fact, into that room. They're not deterred by taking one to the dome. The rest of VP.Prodigy know that that was a bit of a fluke. That's not something that's going to be, easily replicated for Fnatic Rising. And so they're keen to still lock in this round. This mid-split's coming in while there's a pressure. And I've got to say, man, out of all the T-sides we've seen on this map from the Academy squad so far, VP.Prodigy is certainly bringing a very varied T-side to the table, right? We've seen a lot of emphasis on this mid-control in the late round. I love late mid-control on Vertigo, right? That's what I like to do whenever we're pugging, Hugo. Okay, here's the replay. Yeah, look at that.
Cheeky.
Yeah, man, no, I think these late mid-lurks, especially if you're finding a lot of success, they can be very impactful at keeping that success up, right? Yeah. It stops these fast flanks coming in, you get information from it, you can cut off rotations. It's a very, very versatile, bit of real estate to have, providing your teammates at ramp or at B are finding success. If they're not, and attention is still on you in middle, then a lot of times it ends up going the way it did for RuFire just there. You take a peek out, someone's holding it, and now you're a man down.
And they've got the answer to this mid-control, right? The bait from the orb, now it's KST. Oh no, he walks back just a step as the player comes around the corner. I was going to say, this is the perfect mid setup for Fnatic. Now, it is anything but the orb alone, Ollie to connector, and it's only a ruse. Now resetting in the 4-on-4, grouping up a VP.Prodigy. Back to that A-bomb site. One hell of a boost Keve's thrown his teammate onto. I'd love to see the top side. There it is. It's going to have good early warning on this ramp walk. But as shown by the paranoia, anyone can get up short right now. Anyone can walk into the bomb site. You'd imagine that wouldn't be the case though, right? You would probably hear footsteps first, see someone here, and here it comes. Process waiting patiently, but they check, and Bloody's got the kill. Keve does run out in time. They know there's a second player close, and they've got him trapped. High flash, but they still spam him before it pops. Bloody with the entries, and the bomb getting planted means VP are onto another.
Yeah, and nothing that Regali or Pepzor can do in this situation, really. They just got to concede and give it up.
Gotta say, man, that mid hold that had to come in. That it started so well. Like you were just painting the picture of how VP are varying it up. And again, this is a completely different round where they just go and they didn't do anything special on A because they didn't need to. There's no smokes needed when you catch a free kill like that. You just commit off the back of it. You have that second player trapped. Nowhere for Keve to go. But yeah, KST needed that kill in middle. That would have been a 5-on-3 for Fnatic. They would have been able to float the AWP back to the A site, help out on that double boost. Round would have gone a lot better for Fnatic. And we saw KST, sadly enough, have the same struggles on this map yesterday. He was very slow to begin. He was very quiet in the first half. He did have some big rounds. He did have a lot of impact once he got going, but it just felt like it's too little too late. And that can't afford to be the case today on yet again the same map when you're playing the same roles and you likely have the same problems. KST's got to find a solution. VP, they don't need to. They are full of answers. 6-2 right now, and more money.
Oh, a great peek out of Lomic's AWP. Now, there is a response from Pepsor, and he's going to juggle Regali's AWP out of that B bomb site. Already, he's called for rotations. Process has moved in. This is because they didn't really have guns in this round, so they're juggling that AWP and keeping it in play. Keve pushing back out into mid. Now his push, right, you might be thinking, oh, well, Keve's missed all these timings here. He doesn't have a chance at a fight. That's pretty neat, actually, for Fnatic Rising. He gets the info that mid's clear and that this is just an all-in play up through the ramp from VP.Prodigy. But is the info going to be enough for Fnatic Rising? Keve and Process certainly seem to think so. A double kill. And as mentioned, they know mid is clear because Keve got that information earlier on. So they're both just homed in on ramp. And it's getting better and better by the second. Just Bloody left to get past. Bloody, battered and bruised. It's Process locking in the round and finding that force buy for Fnatic Rising.
Oh, we needed a hero. It's about time one steps up to the plate. Process, lovely little work there with the AWP as well. And a must-win round for Fnatic. Again, one that did not start strong with that AWP kill going the way of VP. And they even got into the B site relatively easily as well. It's the Deagles, the Nades, the AWP. Yeah, a good CT team on this map are going to have that util down pat, right? Be able to stop the bomb plant. Very easy on the B bomb site. There are lineups on the A site. Oh, fast up ramp, Process going through, and he's got a flash behind him to help out. Both CTs finding openers, Process committing. Is that really what he wanted? That's a bit scary. Looked like he was trying to escape. Now just dropping his util, trying to make the most of a bad situation. And he will even eventually get out as well as a second smoke blooms. So never was the plan. 5-on-3, no reason to give VP a pick.
We haven't really seen VP.Prodigy in too many spots like this. You know, oftentimes they've been the ones blessed with the man advantages with the opening fights. And so now we're looking to them and saying, what kind of solutions can you come up with in a 3-on-5? How are you going to regain real estate or create opportunities at a time like this? They think middle might be the answer. And with KST here, considering the kind of slow game we're getting out of him right now, this might be where you find your opener. Are they ready for him on the sandbags?
Oh,
Flash misses. So Rufire's got to peek this one dry. Although there is another flash. We're good. That goes over now. And KST full blinded. They know about him. Rufire's hounding him down. KST dead. Pepsor holding on to the B site. And now Result trying to join back up with Cheerful over here at A. Unfortunately, this bit of attention on mid has not drawn rotations out of Fnatic Rising. They've still got 3 in this A bomb site. And you can see VP.Prodigy were not ready for those kind of numbers there.
Yeah, nice attempt. I mean, that was pretty screwed from the get-go. Poor KST, man. Like, you can't even blame him for that death there. Just he's holding his offhand, he's holding his spot. Perfect flashbang. And then the second the flash fades, he's already got a guy jumping on his head. But otherwise, really good round for Fnatic for Fnatic rather, getting themselves out of this muck that was the beginning of the game. These little force buys that dug them a hole, broke their money. Starting to see more of what we saw from yesterday. More of the same names performing.
Yeah, I would love to see, you know, Regali keeping this this pressure on with the AWP. Right, I think he has been a very exciting player to watch, and he's had a good start to this series as well.
Yeah.
I think he could prove to be a pretty important piece of the puzzle here, especially with Lomic on the other side, right? Like, I think you want to try and taper off what that guy is able to do. If you remember, in that game versus the Young Ninjas, Lomic was a big part of the comeback and why it ended up coming through, you know, in the way that it did, how it went from a 14-5 to a full 30-round game.
Dropped player for Fnatic Rising. That's not what we want.
It is Regali, the man in question, the one that I'm just bigging up. Dropping out of the server.
Yo, Fessel, what are you up to, my man? That's a joke. He Fessel was on the mouse sports substitute list. So I imagine Fnatic also have a substitute list. Suddenly JW jumps in the server. How about that? We need Norpa. Well, just
hey, he's not on the main team.
Yeah, hey, maybe he's come back to guide the future. That would be cool. But I don't think it's the plan. I think they're hoping to get Regali back in the server, and I can't blame them. Has been the top performer for the team.
Yeah, I just think it's clear he's like in a, feeling it today, right? He opens up this game with a 4K in the pistol round, and from that moment on in, I was like, oh, Regali, all right, you're making me interested. A lot of folks getting behind Regali as well in his career, which is always nice to see.
Yeah, very well spoken, dude.
Well, yeah, I mean, he was the one who came on for the interview, right, for Fnatic Rising the other day.
18 years old, Romanian player, and we don't have many Romanian teams.
No,
as well,
I think that's why people are pretty hyped to get behind him, right? Because it's like it's the promise of this young up and coming open star who's like looking to make a name for himself.
Yeah, we were even talking about the other day, like, what happened to Cosmine, man? Do you remember Cosmine? Like, on of Epsilon fame, played alongside Smooya when he was back on that roster. I think Robin was in there as well. So, yeah, just another player, also from Romania, who was quite a talent, and then just stopped playing, just disappeared off the face of the earth. Never really saw him back in the pro circuit.
There's been a few players like that, right? Yeah. Even, you remember when, like, Croman was subbing in for FaZe and everyone was hyped, like, oh, man, Croman's looking unreal. And then
looks incredible.
Yeah, and
then
like,
FaZe got their roster back. Fair enough, FaZe, replaced him and got their full roster. But then I thought, oh, this guy's just had the best advertising of anyone's career. Like, what a debut going and smashing at New York. But, never got picked up. I think he played in some domestic teams, but that was it.
If you do want to know something sweet, I've also seen, the one of our Fnatic boys is actually watching the Fnatic Rising squad and backing his.
Which one?
Give me a guess, right?
Golden?
So who? Not Golden. Who else could relate to this idea of being like a young up and comer?
Roland.
Yeah, Roland's here, of course. And as I mentioned, him and Chiquinho have actually played with Pepsor and Keve in that I forgot the name of the event, but it was, like a Swedish cup.
One,
yeah.
Gero was playing in the Little Mix team.
Yeah.
I think we had Schneider in one of the teams.
There was
a
bunch of the,
that was
the
a really
Swedes
cool,
in that. Yeah.
That was a really cool throwback.
It was a cool crossover.
Yeah.
No, man, it's sick to see, though. Like, we even heard from the Fnatic Rising guys how they've been in talks with guys like Golden and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, even though he's not on the main team, he was still willing to give some words of advice over to the Fnatic Rising crew. Passing the torch, as it were.
Having come from an academy squad himself, sure he knows what that's like. And there are parallels to this event to be drawn to gamers as well. I'm sure an event Brolin is very familiar with. Having,
yeah, I mean,
everyone in it.
I imagine he's pretty familiar with it.
Yeah, but it's really cool. It's been a while. We had players come out of that, and it's still been so long since we've had anything of the sort, anything showcasing the up and comers. So this is why this WePlay Academy League is very, very cool and very, very necessary at a time like this when we have kind of roster mania up in the tier 1 echelons of Counter-Strike, right? With so many teams that we know and love. Not even teams just like NIP that are pulling in players from their academy teams, but even teams like Astralis, where they go, oh, we just don't have an AWP right, like a good AWP right now. We need a primary AWP. We'll never be back to where we could be, where we were without that role filled. Well, there, boom, academy roster, bring in a new up and comer, train him, put him alongside some of the best in the world. You never know what you can make out of these guys. So, yeah, I think that's really cool. And we know how deep, especially the talent pool goes in Denmark as well, not just Sweden.
Yeah, man, it's kind of mental because, like, whenever you look at a lot of like the Scandinavian like countries, and even looking at like Finland and stuff, like they always have like these crazy percentages of players who are like level 10, like top in the world players.
I know it's not the most pro CS applicable stat, but Finland has the most amount of globals per 100 people in matchmaking
of any
country in the world. I think that's really cool. Obviously yeah, Finnish people are nuts at CS. Who knew?
And just nuts in general, I think, right? Like, and you would be, man. Like these guys, I always like the Finns, right? They say it how it is. They party hard. They're always looking for a good time. Like it's brilliant.
Yeah. I got Finnish family.
And
They're cool people.
Yeah,
They're cool people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How do you rank them?
How do I
compared
rank
to your
them?
real family?
Real family? What? They're not real. Are you saying Finland's
Yeah,
not real?
Finland's
Harry?
not real. That's the old
So they're my
conspiracy.
imaginary family.
As the old conspiracy theory says, Finland is not real.
I thought conspiracy means unproven. We all know Finland's not real.
Mate, we should ask Bezos. Did he see Finland when he went up there? When he was in space, did you look back down and was there just a big body of water? I mean, he would be in on it, wouldn't he?
Yeah.
He wouldn't tell me the truth. I'll give him a ring at the end of this game. Yo, what up, JB?
Let's go to voicemail. Well, we've got Regali back in the server, and he's bought an orb. So that makes me think that we're getting back in very soon. And about time, eh?
Yeah, man. I mean, I'm like you guys. I just want to watch the CS as well, you know. Like, but we're patient, especially when it's a chap as charming and as talented as Regali to drop out. You know, we'll give him some room to fix his stuff and get back in. And now that he is back in, we're just kind of waiting for everyone else to return. See, what normally ends up happening is like if a tech pause starts to drag, you know, people go, "Oh, I'm gonna go to the toilet quick," or like
Get a drink.
You know, "Oh, I'm gonna order some food," and then like suddenly these things build up, and oh, you're waiting around a bit, but it's all good. It gives us a time to really, you know, take stock of what we've seen so far. Oh, okay, so here's the problem. VP now, VP.Prodigy, that is, their coach has dropped out the server as well. He's just reconnecting. Then we're good to get this started. Man, it must feel real nice. Like, all I'm seeing is love for Regali. All I'm seeing, man. It must feel good to have people like really rallying behind the cause, your fellow countrymen especially, right?
Yeah. He's sick.
I mean, it's like one of these things, right? Like when you have players who are from a region where maybe it's not as like represented as maybe you think it would be, you know, they oftentimes are very, very keen to get behind the promising players and like try to put the, you know, their country on the world map of Counter-Strike, as it were, right? Like even looking further afield, if you want to look all the way over at like South America, you got mouz, you know, famously the face of Guatemalan Counter-Strike now. And he's like very much backed by the people there, man. They love him. They love that he's putting the country of Guatemala on the map in Counter-Strike terms.
And we love a live game, Harry, so that's
Hell
what
yeah,
we
we
brought to
do.
you.
And look at this. 4, 3, 2, 1. Woo! It's 2021 still. The nightmare never ends.
What a break for the nightmare and a bit more Counter-Strike instead. 6-4 and VP, they are not waiting around. Straight B control taken below the stairs. We have a Krieg in this one for Lomic. He can't get the orb. So a scope on his rifle will do. Gali's back in the server. He's got his own AWP to play with. Process with his little one-way smoke. And that will scare VP off. They see that coming. They want nothing to do with it. Cheerful waiting for B re-aggro won't be happening. Meanwhile, VP regroup on this A site and move 4 players up the ramp. Seen Fnatic very keen to run boosts on this ramp as well, on either side. Right now, they have no idea just how many players are close around the corner. Regali's about to find out with the first shot. It's still going to be entries coming in, and Regali gets traded. The bomb planted. Kevin's going to try and nade it. Molly is good as well, but it's a little bit too late. Could not stop that plant. Could only do some small damage to VP as they back up into safe post plants now. Fnatic are going to have to work for this retake. Or save.
Yeah, you don't love having to call a save here, but it might be the safest option. And I tell you what, you know, that was one of the things we've seen out of these academy squads, is that normally they're very unwilling to call a save. Like a lot of times you'll see them fighting for rounds that are a little too far gone. So I kind of like that Fnatic Rising do just bite the bullet and say, look, it's not what we wanted, especially not coming off the back of that pause. But hell, man, they hit us with a fast A play. We weren't ready for it. Let's go again in the next round. So it's 7 on the board for VP.Prodigy. And with money still to spare, that 6 grand on Pepsor is going to come in handy. That can get the AWP in play. Regali can drop an M4. And then someone like Keve can as well. So you would have 4 guns here. See, they didn't actually drop it how I just described. I'm not the biggest fan of that because, like, so Regali now doesn't have armor behind his AWP, which he would have had if Pepsor had dropped it over, and you would have had, you know, rifles with utility on everyone else. There was a better way you could have done this purchase just to have a little bit more in this round. Will the lack of armor come back to her? Oh, no, wait, and he does have armor.
Yeah,
what am I talking about, mate?
He doesn't have a helmet.
Oh, right, that's it. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, will the lack of no head armor come back to punish him? No, it won't.
Not
it's
versus
AKs.
Well, you know, you
Could have
try
more utility, though. That part's still
HUD.
true.
We're still learning the HUD. It's fine. It's under control, at least for Regali. He's taking the first kill. He's backed up CT, but they're chasing into elevator here on the T side. VP with a lot of room, trying to split this A site. Keve trapped behind default. They're coming at him, and Bloody, man, his entries were so good yesterday. That is no exception here either on Vertigo. He's going to follow up, catching KST rotating from above, and Pepsor now stands alone. Yeah, you know, Bloody, he's not been at the top of scoreboards, but he has been, to me, one of the more impressive players for VP.Prodigy. Like, his entry, I need to check his stats. His entry success has got to be up there. Like, he is so good at finding these openers. He was doing it on Overpass yesterday, all day.
I want to save some face from my farce with the armor comment, right?
Yeah.
What you could have bought if they dropped it the other way. Just hear me out. Hang on a moment. You could have had the utility to put a stop to that mid rush had you, you know, done it the most optimum way. You would have had an incendiary to go into mid there to slow that down.
It's typical that AWPers are not going to be fiddling with grenades anyway. They often just want to stay scoped in. You know, we see players like James are a good example, someone who will buy util, but they literally won't use it, and they'll save it all to either the clutch or the last few seconds. Like dropping a molly with 20, 30 seconds left can have huge impact. But, you know, typically, if you want anyone to, if you're going to have 4 guys with util, you want the 4 util on your rifles, really. So I wouldn't say it makes a big difference. A lot of what ifs in Counter-Strike, a lot of maybes, a lot of imagination, but really all that matters is the reality. And this reality is VP shredding the defense with some really nice cooling, getting up middle, splitting that A site. And you said it yourself earlier, Harry, we've seen a lot of variety from this T half of VP, and that has been definitely true. They've gone everywhere, they've tried everything, they've been splitting, they've been lurking, they've been 5-man rushing, and so they're keeping Fnatic on their toes. Deep nades down the ramp process, looking like he wants to push with the smoke. He's cut off the cross, and he's going to run through a Molotov. I don't think he knew it was there. There was a molly behind the smoke. He just thought he was pushing smoke. Instead, it's a kill for VP. Boost up on middle as well, Cheerful. If anyone tries to re-aggress on Con after the Molotov, they will be dead. Cheerful hunting for the kill. Smoke on the right side, and he provides cover. Mid control fully conceded by Fnatic. They can't do anything about it.
Oh, nice there from Regali. Regains control over the Wild Stallion. That is that MP9. And Pepsor's going to line himself up a little double, causing some trouble for VP.Prodigy. This B player's grinded to a very awkward halt. Lomic has just missed that timing with the AWP. He's waiting for Cheerful to try and grate some space out in middle, and oh my word, he has with that double there. Now there's a chance for VP.Prodigy. That is impressive. They double swung him at the same time, and he's still left fighting for this mid control. Now the whole round is thrown into uncertainty. Fnatic Rising don't even know where this bomb's heading. They've split the defense up, and are now looking to gamble over here towards A. They've made the right read. They hear this player coming up ramp now. The Cheerful continues the onslaught in mid. The nade finds Pepsor. And it's VP.Prodigy with 9 to their name, converting a 2v4.
The funniest part about that is, you know, not just the fact that Cheerful pops, but Lomic, he found that grenade on his teammate's body at the bottom of ramp. Actually, I think it might have been Pepsor's body or Process's body right here off that deck. There was a nade on that body. So he grabs that and he uses that to kill the A anchor. So really, really nice round. 2v4 out of nowhere. And how can you be ready to pick that one up? Ouch for Fnatic. That one's going to sting.
Yeah, it feels even rougher because, like, in a way, you kind of did everything right.
Yeah.
Like,
There's
you
no
double
mistakes
swing the
there.
mid guy,
Yeah.
like that should have been a kill. That was a situation where, like, you do everything you can to guarantee the kill, but at the end of the day, like, even a round that's 99% locked in, like, sometimes you get unlucky. Sometimes it's that 1% going against you. And there's no accounting for the quick double that Cheerful locks in mid. The fact that he goes on to close it out with a third is just the cherry on top in that round for him.
Yes.
Great stuff out of VP.Prodigy.
Just when you think Fnatic is starting to get back in, right? Getting in control, winning a gun round, saving themselves from, domination in this map. Because that's what it's turning into right now. We're looking like 11-4 is a tangible score here for VP. This round, as good as done. 5-on-2 in seconds. These CTs just going for fights with Deagles, and nothing has worked out. So you can forget about this one, but in Fnatic's last buy round, they've got to make magic happen. Running out of rounds, running out of room, VP mollying any aggression, just trying to keep this one clean. Oh, bloody.
Oh yeah, this should be the reckoning. Over in middle, the double for the man, and 10 on the board for VP.Prodigy. They are starting to reach a point where they are very much just running away with this game. The money is unchecked, right? When you look at these bank accounts over on the VP side, when you have so many players over towards 16 grand, that should really show you just how one-sided this game has felt. Double AWP out for Fnatic Rising. KST going to don the secondary alongside Regali. As mentioned, it's been a very, very rough start to this game for KST. So is that second AWP going to be the answer?
Might have to be. Here's Regali taking one of those peaks, but no tease there. A delayed round here for VP. They're going to walk up on the B AWP. Oh, what? That looked dead on. Hepsor is at least pushed up close, but he's trying to throw a smoke. They're going to rush him down for the trade. KST really needed that opener again. It feels like he is once more having a tough day in the office. 1-14. And as said earlier, was Vertigo where he was very similar. And again, want to give him some credit. He recovered so well, but it doesn't seem to matter when you start this slow. Unless you end up top of the board, you're often a liability. You're often holding people back. And so right now, we need anyone here to step up for Fnatic. It might be Keve, back of the site, flashed out, and Rufire hunts him down, leaving just Regali in middle. 1-on-4 for the last round of the half, and they've got the bomb up B. Safe to say there's not much hope in the tank.
Yeah, Regali at least has the freedom to just go for this with no repercussions, right? He doesn't need to worry about saving last round of the half. He can just give it his best attempt, but his best attempt is just dying at the bottom of ramp. Bloody's already on the angle, and so VP.Prodigy, an 11-4 half, dominant at that. 21-7 on Bloody, and the next nearest player in the server is on 12 kills on his team, Cheerful. Look at that scoreboard, man. Double digits not even achieved by a single player on Fnatic Rising. Meanwhile, Bloody is shooting towards a 30 bomb coming into this second half. So that is a really great showing out of him for VP.Prodigy. I got to agree about the KST comments, though. I hate homing in on one player, but, as mentioned, this was how it started off yesterday.
Yeah.
He was able to recover there. I'm not seeing any signs of recovery in this game, though.
You don't have the room right now. Like, at least that last game, when they were playing against, who was it, mouz, it was always competitive. Like, Fnatic were always in it because we had big rounds out of people like Regali. We had Process, putting in the work. But with really no one showing up in a massive way, Regali dropped for a couple of rounds. I imagine that's impacted his confidence as well. But it's not like you're actually even in this game.
Yeah.
You've just got a 4-round CT side.
Another thing is, right, take into account, for Fnatic Rising, this is a very newly formed team. You don't have the relationship yet where maybe you feel comfortable knowing how to get someone like KST back into the game, right? You don't have that level of familiarity. You don't go, oh, well, I can tell he's not feeling it. This is what we normally do to try and bring him back in. You maybe feel a little bit dubious about even making the comment of like, you know, even addressing the elephant in the room and saying, KST, man, come on, let's step it up, let's get you in it. Because maybe that makes him worse. Maybe that's the kind of player he is, right? You don't have that level of familiarity with the guy yet.
Yesterday we saw them actually throwing him on boost on the A side, on the CT side, just trying to get his head back in and get him some kills. It worked, right? He did pull it back, but we're going to jump in and see what the Fnatic vibes are like right now in their team speak.
They're peeking. I think they're jumping on jumper.
Are we ready
They
to
used a
pick?
nade on B.
HQ on B. I'm gonna hold the Ivy after we peek. 1, 2, 3.
Jumper, yeah.
Jumper headshotted.
We're walking up mid now.
Wait.
Oh,
We
okay.
do equipment.
Maybe boosts
Yeah, could be.
or sandbags. Yeah, I'm gonna do left one. Can you do the right smoke and molly? Hold
Yeah.
sandbags, David.
Yeah.
I'm smoking now.
I'm ready. I smoke.
Now you're timing on middle.
I can mollo.
I'm
Mollo.
pushing up mid now. I'm saving another one.
You just want to chill now?
Yeah, we're
Just go
sneaking.
heavy. I'm gonna flash for you.
Okay.
I'm flashing
Right
in. 1
side,
HP.
think.
Flashing now.
Take another.
And window.
Still window.
Right side.
Go.
Let's go here.
And pushing con. One
There's
more
one more
HP.
thing.
I think. Fading. You.
I'm planting.
Yeah, no one on A, I think. Playing sandbags.
Connector and heaven.
One dead.
One
Jungle.
is
Nice.
beating.
Jungle dead.
How much in con?
Nice.
I got
One
one
more
more. One more con.
Con.
Okay, chill.
Out.
Peek on my contact.
I'm chilling, yeah.
Both.
They know about me.
Yeah, it's okay.
One out. Heading.
Dead.
Nice.
Con. He's
Living
landing mid.
mid. He's on mid.
Yeah, okay. He was coming. He's going for it, I think.
Yeah, maybe. I'm hiding jungle. Mid.
He faked up again. He's holding you.
Nice.
Holy
Let's go.
fuck.
Nice.
That's so scary.
That was a nice little pistol round out of the Fnatic guys there, right? When they're given a chance for the individuals to shine through, you do get to see, you know, like why there is excitement around them. It's been a pretty quiet game thus far from Fnatic Rising, but Process and Regali really doing a good job of showing us, you know, why we were excited about seeing this game today.
And those two individuals who were, as we've touched upon already, the guys to really get Fnatic all the way deep into that double overtime yesterday. We have a bit of a stack up on the A side right now. VP throwing up a boost. My oh my. Quite the tower. But yeah, this is even harder to check than the traditional boost. You're way up higher. Oh, they fell off though. Not what they wanted. They don't see anything before they do either. More boosts in mid or at least layered defense. Fnatic, they are not wasting this opportunity. I like how safe they're being in this gun round, right? They're seeing if VP want to make a move. Once they realize they're not, they're going to start to group, hit a bomb site. Molly up the short side sends Lomic back. And Fnatic, armed with a lot of rifles, are going to begin to move, taking this A ramp.
I do like how everywhere you look, VP.Prodigy are playing these little buddy setups. On the back of not seeing anything in mid, they decide that this is maybe the time to scout out the B site. And so Result just had a look in there, didn't see anything, and now contact's been made at the top of ramp. Fnatic Rising are actually looking like they're throwing in a fake here. We haven't really seen this out of their T side on this map, but they're faking the A play with Keve, while the rest of the gang are moving over towards B. I'm already noticing differences to this T side. Admittedly, this is an anti-eco, so you know, I'm going to wait till the rifles come out before I make full judgment there. But this is a nice little fake out, right? It kept everyone away from B. It's allowed for a free bomb plant and free site control. And really, you've dodged a lot of danger that this force buy represented. Fnatic Rising are not going to get upset anytime soon to begin this second half.
Baby steps, though. Got to start somewhere. And winning against 4 spies like that is reassuring for Fnatic. It means they get one more eco before things start to get very difficult. There's going to be a bit to play with here for VP in terms of saved Eagle armor, but otherwise... Oh, hello. Got some construction work going on.
I love all these little extra things that WePlay have thrown in, man.
That's super cool. Don't know what he's hammering. Didn't seem like there was a nail or anything, but...
It's hammering the metal.
Yeah, man, just bending it out of shape. Right now, Fnatic, they're going to try and bend VP out of shape in this gun round, or this.
He wants to give the tower that nice, you know, lived-in look. Yeah. That nice, like worn, like
it's
when
like
you
how cut
when
your
you
jeans with scissors.
when
man.
you break in a good shoe, right?
Yeah,
like that's what he's trying to do.
Yeah,
Look at this, up into the B site, resalts the Eagle, has one out of it. These Deeks can still get dangerous, but Pepsor swipes them aside. Not today. That bomb plant coming in. Fnatic Rising well on their way to a 7th here. Not much can go wrong.
Oh, is Jiffle just going to save his armor then? I would like him to hang around, maybe go for an AK, but, you know, Fnatic aren't really hunting. They know themselves that not only are 2 of them low, but it's only rifles, and you really don't want Cheerful to grab a gun and get out alive. So Cheerful will save that armor. VP will buy full next, and Fnatic, the more alive, the better. Might even have an AWP into this first gun round for VP as well, right? They have been double eco after all. And Regali gets the same treatment dropped over by Pepsor.
Yeah, so now that we have this first rifle v rifle round on Fnatic Rising's T side, I want to see if they're doing the same stuff as yesterday. Yesterday, it was 4 players towards A with Pepsor lurking B time and time again. Already, bit of an adjustment on that in that Pepsor's got someone here setting him up with flashbangs. He's not being left to do it alone. And so he's been given a bit of an easier path into B. Other than that, this is largely the same out of Fnatic Rising, going back to what they were doing in that game just yesterday. Stacked up at the bottom of ramp, they've got to try and get through this VP.Prodigy hold. Kebe lining up a Molotov. Gonna get that in up onto Cap.
Cool lineup. Was it Fnatic yesterday with that like bounce Molotov off of Boost, Harry, to stop the bomb plant? Don't know if you remember that. Guess not.
What, the
bounce molly from Boost?
Oh,
it was someone. It was the last game.
Yeah,
maybe.
I think it was Prosus.
Yeah,
I think it was
right.
him.
Yeah, there's some cool little tricks up these Fnatic guys' sleeves. Let's see what they do here. They have no health on the orb, but Regardie's very low. Cheerful didn't realize Kevin got behind the sandbag, so flashed aggro and dead to it. Lomic on short with a kill, and he's got Ivy on lockdown right now. They're going to molly him, but he still has a bit of room to hold the bomb site. Flash is good. Roofire trying to provide some cover, spam through the smoke, even, oh, he doesn't want to go up, he's low on ammo, he's sending his teammate up instead, and Result will find the result as Lomic fires off with the orb. VP.Prodigy looking in for a round, missed shot, but KST is in hot water, and they'll chase him down. 11, now made 12-7. VP with a retake on that A site, 4 alive as they do it, even saving the double orb. Things are going to get harder before they get easier for Fnatic.
So Hugh, I kind of caught the hammering guy late, but supposedly people are saying it looked like Maui, and I know they took some pictures of us to try and integrate us all into the game. So I wonder if that was the case.
Was that actually Maui? I wasn't really staring at the face.
No, I was more just looking at like the whole scene, the whole action, and that's my bad for
that would be
because they put the coaches in the game just yesterday, which is cool as hell. Keep your eyes peeled for that. We'll have more little surprise appearances.
We've got Maui in this hammer. I'll definitely catch you next time. Oh! B stairs does get taken. Fnatic gain that for relative ease, or with relative ease, just some utility swapped. Got Rufire in middle. Some set utils try and disrupt the B stairs, and luckily timed as he has his gun out for that fight in mid. Regali trades though. Rufire was not ready for one more. They both got out wide on the angle. Omik going to try and flash his mid peak, but Fnatic have yet to swing. They want this B split though, and they need mid to do it. With no kills presenting, it's going to have to come down to Fnatic to smoke off that mid to B and try and get over the construction. Process boosted up as well. Always got to be scary. You can get spammed out. Yorp is there as well. Flashed over the top. Oh! And he's got him locked behind the boxes. Nowhere to go, nowhere to hide for Result. Luckily enough, he's still not dead. Nades might do it. Oh, the cover for Lomik, dropping one of the two mid players. Now the bomb is alone in middle. Result is still behind the smoke, still behind the boxes, still alive somehow. They can't take him down. Lomik has dropped the bomb, and this round is looking done. Lomik's just killing everyone right now, and Result pokes his head up with 10 health to clean it up.
It almost felt like they stopped believing he was still there.
I don't blame them.
Oh my, what a way to have it snatched away from you. VP.Prodigy up onto 13, and the money broken for Fnatic Rising. They're running out of time to turn this game around. But it's things like that, man. When VP.Prodigy were trying to go for these B plays, right, the utility was second to none at forcing these players in the B site into uncomfortable positions. We haven't really had that same level out of Fnatic Rising yet, right? That B play grinds to an awkward halt at ramp when they're not able to displace the AWP in that B site.
Oh,
this ramp rush is getting mowed down. Cheerful on for the ace. He's up short. Go on, Cheerful. There it is. All 5. Ace for Cheerful, and 14 on the board for VP.Prodigy.
Yeah, I felt like Fnatic were never really in this game, right? They had some chances, they had some opportunities. A pistol win gave them, some rounds in this T-half, but man, when it comes to looking impressive, VP have never left our minds. Everyone having their moments now. Cheerful acing, and the double AWP starting to be shown as well for VP.Prodigy. Fnatic might be the beginning of the end. One more gun round, and this is for all your money as well. You'll be broke up against 15 if you lose it. Omik Cyclops walking into middle. He scopes far away so that no one hears that the AWP is in mid. He's even got a bait and switch with Rufire as well. VP, you can see their positions. They are not scared of getting involved in the action. Bloody moving up aggro on ramp. Lobbing in grenades, trying to get some damage off, but Keve's going to catch him from the headshot angle way up further than Bloody was ready for. Cheerful might try his hand at the same play. Does he have a flash behind him? Is anyone here to set him up? Smoke is down, and Cheerful's playing around it. Boost over the top as well. This is interesting for Fnatic. Are they going to run boost, or is it just for information? They see the spam, and they pull it apart, try to catch Cheerful in the smoke, but he's somehow still standing, even re-aggressing to short as well. VP have stacked this A site, and wisely so.
Oh. Okay, KST is going to try and make a move in middle. I don't feel very optimistic for him. Oh, but maybe. The little KST that could. Whoop, there it is. Free kill on Rufire. Now a 5-on-3. And KST, for the lack of impact he had in that first half of play, in this round at least, he has sold this B fake hook, line, and sinker. Right, VP.Prodigy have only got one man up in the A site. It's just Cheerful here. And he will get traded after the first. KST stopping the rotations is also really just securing the round for Fnatic Rising. VP.Prodigy can't even leave B. That's if they wanted to with the double AWP retake. And so they will be forced onto a save.
Yeah, they're probably just fine getting away with the AWPs, right? They don't want to even risk them back into that A site. VP had the right idea, man. They had that A stack, but as Fnatic went very quiet, we got a bit of a mid fake from KST. Sold enough of a rotate to win the round. Begs the question, how would that have gone down if VP kept their A stack? Probably not well for Fnatic. But not a worry that we have to follow. 8 rounds. We've already seen our fair share of comebacks. And hey, Harry, if, you know, tradition is to be repeated as it often is, and if VP really are paid by the hour, maybe there's more rounds for Fnatic down the barrel. We'll have to see. Four-man A-hold, all right. Look at the push.
Oh, yeah, the aggro response attempted by Keve. Oh, through the smoke, Regali and KST both pick up a kill. And for VP.Prodigy, the aggression was not the answer. Now steamrolling into this A-bomb site, Regali putting up more entries to get Fnatic Rising this round on the board. He's looking to cement it with the third. He's going to take out all 3. The hat trick for Regali. And 9 on the board for Fnatic Rising. There's still money to buy for VP.Prodigy, right? They could throw another investment in here, but it would feel limited. I would much rather a partial buy with an emphasis on having everything in the next. But let's see what decision these guys come to. Oh, they've fully gone for it, but look, you can see the limitations, right? Yeah, you've got M4s, you've got utility on Roofire and Result, but that's where everything is. You've put all your eggs, not in one basket, it's in 2, admittedly. But if you lose one of these players without them getting to throw out that utility, then that's utility wasted, and Result will die with 3 nades still in play. So now we're looking at Roofire as the only guy who can actually slow down pushes.
Yeah, Fnatic were in this exact same position yesterday in trying to hold on to a game slipping through their fingers on Vertigo and no less. And they managed to pull it back to double OT, albeit losing. But they weathered the storm, and there's no reason why they can't do it again. Start is there. 9-14, first kill. Ollie on the sandbags, that's going to make things hot. Smoke has to be used by Bloody, and now they just spam him. Oh dear, both the AK and the AWP hit there. And there's not much Bloody can do with no support on the A site. If Fnatic walk in right now, it's their round to win. And so bomb can be planted, and double digits attained. All right, again, Fnatic making us question. You know, without these slow starts, this Fnatic team would be a lot more deadly. Definitely something to work on, but right now the results are here. 10 rounds, holding on, forcing another save out of VP. These are all too frequent, and oh, they might not even get away with the guns. Look at the fan out for Fnatic. They are sending players on the hunt.
Oh, KSD dies trying to hunt down these players, but now they know that everyone's back here in T-spawn. This is very tantalizing for Fnatic Rising. If they can take even one gun away, it would matter a lot. However, it will be this full 3-man save.
Yeah, do you even buy this though? You can get a 4th
I
rifle,
hope not.
but, yeah,
I hope not, really. Like, I think even that last buy was maybe pushing it a little too far in the first place, right? You came into that round with a lot of limitations. You couldn't long it out for a retake due to the lack of kits, due to the lack of utility. And I don't think you want to look back and go, damn, why didn't we just take the eco when we had all these rounds? You know, like,
yeah.
If you leave it too late, then Fnatic Rising can be knocking on your door very, very quickly. And so they do just take the eco now. They bite the bullet. They say, look, these 3 saved players, go see what you can do. Try to get us some guns. Try to make this round scary.
Oh.
And the pistol players are freed up to be a little more chaotic in how they approach this.
Yeah, this is chaotic. All right, Result pushing the smoke. He won't stay there. He knows that as it fades, these Ts will just be waiting. So he keeps his stairs control at a bare minimum. You can definitely win rounds like this, right? Don't count VP out of picking up a blinder, especially not if Lomic's on the AWP. He's trying to make moves. Any more aggro moves, though, and Regali's here to punish. Fnatic, they do what they've often done, just make noise all around the map and then just start walking towards A, grouping with 5 players. So it will be the commit here. Ollie's going to push Lomic back. He doesn't want to hit it. Smoke down in front, and Lomic can keep short as well, right? AWP love AWPing here. Once the mollies are gone, you know T's are going to be using mollies for maybe boost, maybe sandbag, and you know they might not have any more for your position later. Really good spot to stop the bomb plant. And especially with a double setup like this, Lomic's got cover. Oh, he's going to run back and his teammate help out. Lomic gets out alive. They kill one and they're ready for another. The second molly does get used well by Fnatic, and now they can explode on A.
Yeah, you know, this is really starting to feel like the comeback is taking fruition for Fnatic Rising. Oh, Cheerful will get one on the exit, but that might be all this is. These two players having to hold on to these guns again. So Fnatic Rising, 11 to their name. This was the eco around the saved guns, right? So you've still got a full buy coming in for VP in this next round. But everyone's starting to take note, right? And that's the problem. Like, the more that both squads are realizing this retake comes in, the more the mentality is affecting them both, right? For Fnatic Rising, they're getting pumped. They're believing they can pull this game back and still close it out in regulation. Meanwhile, for VP.Prodigy, they're starting to say, boys, we had a huge lead here. We had this game dead to rights, and now we could actually lose it. Why can't we get these 2 rounds to close out the game?
Yeah, 14-7, right? They were doubled up, and now, well, now things are getting a little bit frightening for VP. Fnatic is starting to find their footing on this A site. A lot of executes, a lot of slow early rounds. And VP just trying to piece together their money. They can get an AWP, so that's definitely available. Roofire throws it over to Lomic. And so this is it for VP. This is one of, if not the best opportunity you're going to get here and now to close out this map. Got to make the most of it.
Yeah, man. I mean, this is your opportunity. This is the golden egg. Bloody taking a peek down through ramp. He's got the rest of the gang here to help him. Regali's been a real nuisance, and so the question now becomes, can Long best him in the head-to-head? Flashes get the AWP off the ramp, and Keve opens up,
no.
bloody dead as well. Oh no, VP.Prodigy. Can you feel it? Can you feel Fnatic Rising? They're moving away from ramp, they're slowing it down, they're keeping all the pressure on VP.Prodigy right now. And as this game's gotten closer, this Fnatic squad are looking like an altogether different team. Very composed into the B site, and they get past Result in spite of all the damage he's able to do. It's still a 3-on-2 in favor of Fnatic Rising.
You would have loved that second kill. 2 health the difference, 1 on 5 as well.
Oh,
and one of them
now
taken down. Now the retake's tempting. It's tantalizing. There's no damaging utility left to finish off Keve. Regali with the AWP might have to be the carry here in the post plot, and he's holding on. First contact, the AWP walking up on him, and Regali gets traded. Only good for a kill. Lomic, he's been on fire. Sticking the bomb as well. Full faith, full defuse, and 15 rounds may be found, but no! Fnatic saving the day. Kevin gets the headshot, and this game goes on.
Oh, Keve, what a peak, dude. Like, you know, we spoke a lot about KST. Well, KST, you know, has recovered a bit since his 1-14 half, now with 6 kills. During that little comeback, he caught up to Keve, right? Keve was also having a very slow start here, but winning a crucial 1v1 like that on 5 HP, if that doesn't pump you up even more than you're already pumped right now, I don't know what will.
Oh my goodness, man, they're doing it. With every, like, you know, you already said Fnatic are looking like a very different team. Yeah, with every round they're getting, they're believing even more. much as how they got this game into overtime yesterday in what feels like the exact same situation. And VP, it's the inverse of what happened to them, right? Oh, dropped off the boost. Pepsol knocks Result out of the B-bomb site. And I love the slow pace of these early rounds for Fnatic, right? Compare it with VP's. Just they had a great T side, but so many speedy rounds, so many aggressive mid to Bs, fast A. No, Fnatic are a little more composed, a little more slow and careful. KST starting to warm in now. We said it was inevitable, right? The recovery in the second half, and it might be enough to save Fnatic. 2 kills in mid, the B site locked in, and a 13th round seemingly unlosable. 5 alive
Flawless
at the end of
as
things.
well.
Money's starting to
man.
build. This is going to be very hard for VP now to close out this map.
Plus, like, you know, if you look at the big name on VP.Prodigy, right? If you remember that first half when it was very, very dominant, they were 11-4. Coming into this second half, Bloody was leading the charge at 21 kills. The next nearest had 12 on his team. Well, since then, Cheerful, the guy who was in that second place slot, he's picked it up, right? But as mentioned, Bloody came into this second half 21 frags deep. He's now on 23. It's quite a slowdown out of someone who was instrumental in the first half. A fast mid play out of Fnatic Rising, and the change of pace has really caught VP.Prodigy off guard.
Rufire almost died because he wasn't ready for a rush, right? He was just sitting in middle with his back turned to the choke point, ready to pick a spot. Fnatic, they don't give you the time. And while they push him back out of middle, instilling the fear forever in VP that someone's going to be lurking mid in the late round, that is not the play. They're regrouping back on this A site. Coming down ladder, everyone leaving. That's a B pick. That is massive as well. It even sells a fake that Fnatic weren't even trying to, you know, put into this round. But it will help work wonders. Results now alone at B. A is pretty undefended, only Cheerful here, and as good as he's been on the CT side, is he really enough? One man to stop them all?
Well, he didn't even think so either. He's called for rotations here, Hugo, and 2 more will supplement this A-hold just in the nick of time for VP.Prodigy. They're about to get executed on by all 5 players from Fnatic Rising. So at least Cheerful has got some friends to help him on his journey here in this A bomb site. 20 seconds. Fnatic Rising are leaving this down to the wire, and they might overestimate how much they've shuffled this CT defense around. There's just not enough time with Lomic holding down short. Cheerful traded after 1. The bomb out in the open. Bloody doesn't want to give up the round. If he denies the plant, he wins it, and there it is. Bloody with 4 in the round, or 3 rather. Huge out of him. Huge round, and it was as we come into this, remember, I was saying, yeah, he slowed down a bit, you know, 21 kills to get them that strong first half. Well, there we go. They're the rounds we need out of him. And let's hear what the team speak's sounding like as we get into crunch time.
Го в гэп еду, ну потому что
Окей,
обычно
Жень?
они там...
Да,
Доверяешь, брат? Давай, все.
Можешь пойти, Никита, ловушку сделаем?
Да, давай.
Давай.
Мне типа на цемент пройти?
Да,
Еще,
ну,
я на
можно
кране
сразу,
могу.
сразу.
Я на кране,
Авик
короче.
на, пацаны, авик на.
А я дал такую.
Они
Ну,
ничего не
знают, что
теряли.
мы отдаем. Они знают, что мы отдаем. Осторожно подойти могут.
Не
Есть
то
игровка.
подают. Кидают. Флэш.
Флэш рамп.
Их тейкли.
Под
Молик
бэк.
дал на рамп.
Это авик кидал,
Осторожно,
пацаны.
осторожно близко. Я не
Пацаны,
пикаю.
это какой-то
Окей,
фейк.
окей.
Можете кто-то съебать отсюда? Я хочу
Я
съебать
отошел.
вообще лично.
Ну давай, уходи.
Только не топайте, как съебывайте.
Да, да,
Надо Б забрать, мы мид пиздат стоим.
Я заберу Б. 2 молика? Что это?
Что-то молик...
Зажали
Зажали,
на квадрате, да.
2 молика зажали.
Я первый.
Сок.
Вернулся.
Сок стоим. Бля, я не вижу
Бля,
нихуя.
я тоже ничего не вижу.
Пацаны, я потопал, типа, я ушел. Охуенно?
Сидим, Лёх.
Это пиздобол, значит это не Б, брат. Значит это А. Шифтом стягивайся, Жень. Ваня тоже может стягиваться, вряд ли это Б.
Мне может быть, можно ретейкнуть, у нас фулпак есть.
Там
Мид вышел, прикинь,
Хорош,
блядь. Он чувствует,
хорош.
что ли? Тогда
Молик
это Б,
на
ребят.
зажали.
Не, дали
Вытекай
молик.
тебя.
Я живу, отойди, можешь отдать меня?
Ну я буду
Да, флеш.
я белый.
Бомб.
Идем. Нахуя, Глейв,
Okay,
yeah.
VP.Prodigy are believing they want to get this one over the line, and this round could be the round where it all comes tumbling down for Fnatic Rising. This big comeback attempt might be stopped in its tracks. Regali and Keve left up against it. And Regali, he's not ready to give up this fight yet. With Keve alongside him, they're making it happen. Regali is doing it all for Fnatic Rising. One man has made all the difference, and it's only Lomic left to beat. He doesn't know where to look. Regali lights them up in this round, and it just might have saved the day for Fnatic. Lomic, all eyes on you, all eyes watching as he tries to win out this 1v2. Oh, the timing missed. Regali with a hell of a round, an ace to put up 14 for Fnatic Rising and keep the comeback in check. What? Regali, take a bow, man. If people weren't loving him already, they definitely are now.
Yeah, you can't not. That was unbelievable. That was a done deal. That was GG. And now, Harry, now the game's just started.
That was a 2-on-4.
My
And Regali did it all. Like, Keve
Yeah.
was an extra in the Regali movie.
Wow. And yeah, you know, if you're ever expecting overtime, or now it almost feels guaranteed, right? Like, how can you not be miffed if you're, you know, on VP side after losing that one? You only just lock in the 15th. And then the closer gets snuck right between your legs.
Well, it's even more so like the context of how you lost that round,
Yeah.
right? That would have won you the game. That was a 4-on-2, and one dude, Regali, has just uprooted everything you thought you knew. Man, you heard the calls like it was, you know, they were dropping Hiroshes left and right. They're saying nice to one another. They're feeling good. And then suddenly, from all this hope, from all this, oh, we finally done it, the relief that must be setting in, it is stripped away and you're asked to run it back again.
Yeah, I mean, there's still one more chance, right? There's still, you know, one more hope to keep this game going, or end this game, rather. Fnatic are trying to keep it going. But, you know, mentally, this is not an easy round. Nor financially. As you can see, 3 to 4K a player. It's going to be the weakest buy VP have had yet in some of these T round or CT rounds. Look at the streak at the top for Fnatic. 7 out of the last 8, a 14-7 scoreline that is now right at the bitter end, or the beginning of many, many more rounds. We've had a lot of overtimes already in this tournament. And that is cool as well, right? Like, even games where you think they're done and you think, oh, this wasn't even competitive. Man, so many teams, I've been impressed at the resilience to hold on to these very difficult scorelines. And, you know, there's something to be said for getting ahead of yourself in a 4-on-2 and over-facing and thinking it's done. Because in an instant, it can come back to bite you. Here it is, VP.Prodigy. Do they sit back on their laurels, or do they decide to throw themselves into the action? What pace is Fnatic going to bring? That has changed every single round, right? From fast mid-takes, catching Rufire off guard, to slow default, ending in A plays. You don't really know what to expect if you're VP here.
Yeah, so now it's either overtime or it's an even more heartbreaking loss for Fnatic, right? Like, if
even more than last time,
yeah. Like, to pull it all the way back and potentially lose, you know, 16-13, that hurts. To have aced, to keep the dream alive, now you really want to be winning this game more than ever. Cheerful down at the bottom of ramp. That molly forces him forward. They might have even heard the tags. He's up close, making some noise, and it's very, very dangerous where he is right now.
Regali got dinked as well. He's on 6.
That is such a key part of this comeback, such a key integral piece of the Fnatic Rising puzzle. Really put on the back foot early on. Like, he's going to feel a lot more limited in terms of what he can do now. And VP.Prodigy have slowed it right down. They're not going to give this AWP any more sightlines. They learned the hard way that if you give Regali a chance, he's going to pounce on the opportunity.
The boost is massive. No one's even checking it. Lomic is drawing attention as well. He's got a kill. Now the boost over. Bloody's the one to grab the frag. Lomic just did damage and he's dead. Now it's Bloody on the site on default, fighting for the round, fighting for the win here in regulation. smoked off. 20 seconds. Time was Fnatic's undoing to give away 15. Will it be their undoing yet again? No. The entry for KSD comes well timed. Pepsor dead through the smoke. It might have to be a retake here. Can someone stop the plant? VP are going to try. Spam in the smoke. Lots of damage, but it does go down in time. Process backing out now. VP, no kit currently. Is there one dropped? Because this is on the clock.
Yeah, this is rough, man. I don't see a kit anywhere. Oh, they might just have to get on it. The 10-second stick, and Regali, he might be tagged down low, but he's still giving up the goods. They're on the bomb. Regali taking matters into his own hands. Is it going to be enough? 10-second stick for Rufire is not an option, and out into the open, his fate is sealed. Overtime after all, a huge comeback out of Fnatic Rising, spearheaded by Regali's AWP. Look at this guy. If you remember, coming into this second half, we were celebrating Bloody on 21 kills. Meanwhile, Fnatic Rising, their highest amount of frags were 9 on Regali. Well, in this second half, mate, he's now almost 30 kills deep. This guy wants this victory for Fnatic Rising. Yeah. They lost that other game in OT yesterday. He's not looking to have that happen twice in a row.
No, and both games being comebacks for Fnatic Rising as well. Both games looking like this team, this very new team, fresh out the gate, barely even know each other, and they just have such great resilience, holding on yet again. It was in vain yesterday. It can't afford to be twice, as you say. And Fnatic, still on the T side, still back to their slow, crawling pace, boosting up on B. Ollie's going to land below. Pepsor's going to be careful. They jump up over him. Result, a middle finger as he dives through the air to take that kill. Lomic's Orb will not connect the shot. Good nades, at least from VP. They keep Fnatic softened up down the bottom of the B stairs, and Result wants to recommit for more. At least pushed up close to wood. A good spot for a one and done, and in a 5-on-4, that is absolutely fine. Where do Fnatic end up? They have no A control, no info. They don't dare to even cross the bridge towards. Instead, they come up ladder, and everyone goes mid. This is one way to approach it. Rufire gets that first contact, though, and he gets at least a 1-for-1. As said, favoring VP now. Trades are more than welcome. Fnatic, they get the mid kill. They're going to reset. They know they've adjusted some rotations. That's temptation enough to pick a bomb site, and it will be A after all.
Yeah, and once again, man, I find myself looking, and I check, and I see, and I look, and I see, that Regali is still alive, and that makes me go, well, maybe there's a chance. After all, Bloody might strip that opportunity away. Regali caught with utility out, can't trade that, and so it's a 3K mop-up for VP.Prodigy over at ramp. That is brutal. Ah, not the start you wanted to overtime, right? VP.Prodigy breathing a bit of a sigh of relief. They learned that, okay, we actually can still get rounds. Jeez, it's been a while since they've had them.
I mean, round 15 for VP came off of the same thing there that Bloody just showed us, which was him diving through the smoke on A with seconds left and denying the plant. Big 3K there, big 3K here. And it seems like when Bloody can show up and have these massive rounds, VP are not pressured at all. But these aren't consistent. These aren't common. Bloody may be top of the board, but Fnatic, they've still pulled this hell of a recovery. Yeah. They're still fine. So
I do want to give it, because like the kind of tenacity that we're getting out of Regali right now, man, it's crazy. Like, the next nearest on his team is not even comparable almost. I think it was Pepsor over at like 16 kills. Regali's almost 30 deep, for crying out loud. This guy is trying to do everything he can to keep Fnatic Rising in this. I want to give him a little shout out. If you've been impressed with Regali thus far, if you're thinking this guy, he might be the next big thing, at Regali CSGO on Twitter, go drop him a follow. There you go.
Yeah.
We love Regali. There he is, getting the opener. This is what he does it for, man. Those big follows, baby. Make it happen. Regali, we're getting him to 50K. Maybe that's a bit high.
Yeah, but optimistic, but you got to start somewhere. Set your sights high. Keve certainly has, rushing up the A ramp and finding that timing to Lomic. was not ready for a player so deep. 5 on 3, Fnatic looking to level up again. And again, just painfully slow on the ramp. Bloody K, we need another 3-piece from him at least, it feels like. He's back in his old familiar position, waiting patiently on short. Talking patient, Fnatic. They wrote the book on it. They don't want to let time be their undoing, and so at 50 seconds, they'll start to group back up on ramp. Util getting used, trying to stall out this offensive. Bloody has now left his position, so maybe some doubt here for VP. Maybe they want to gamble that B-bomb site as things have gone very quiet. But that re-molly, that's going to change everything. That's more info for VP. They doubt their decision to rotate. They keep both CTs here, and that could make or break this round.
Here comes the push, and once again, Regali extending that advantage even further. There's still more in the site. There's still a third man. It's Bloody dead. The clash of the titans, right? The two top players meet, and Regali comes out ahead. Fnatic Rising, they take a 16th. They're in with an immediate response. And it's quite a rivalry we've got building between Bloody on the side of VP.Prodigy and Regali on the side of Fnatic Rising.
Dude, he's starting.
He's in flow state, man.
Yeah,
Let's be honest. Like, he is in like his element right now. It just feels like wherever he's going, the reads he have are perfect, and he must be feeling that as well. It's only breeding more confidence, and as long as he can keep this up, this is a very terrifying Fnatic Rising to look at.
Yeah, he's starting rounds off with orbs. He's closing them out. He's doing everything Fnatic need to stay in this matchup right now. Just hunting for their first win here in the Academy League. Nice chase for Process. He sees Cheerful is trapped and he doesn't let him go far. But same case for Bloody. Spamming through the yellow and getting that trade. Nothing is for free in today's economy. 4 on 4. Fnatic again, they go stone cold and quiet. Molly in middle. Sneaking towards B. Result, he's always been good for a kill here. He's been spotted though. Spammed out with the Orc, still going to keep his position. Sees a jumping player throwing grenades, and now he knows that this commit is coming, calling for help. The Fnatic really want to go. If they do, they need to go now. That kill will entice them. 2 more CTs in the site. Rootfire up close, and they're going to clear him with ease. It's up to Bloody again, looking for another multi-kill, or it's a done deal. Bloody with 2, spraying, but cornered by Keve, who comes out wide, leaving Lomic in the clutch.
Yeah, clash of these AWPs, maybe. Keve's got to try and cross with the bomb. Missed shot out of Lomic, but he's given a second chance at life, trying to go up and over. Regali, there's a smoke in the way, so he can't actually put a stop to this angle. He's fighting this with the Deagle, knowing that this AWP is tagged, and now player in the site down low, Regali versus Lomic to decide who's 2-1 up, and Lomic's gonna close it out. 4 HP the difference. Damn. Regali fighting with the Deagle. It must have been calm that he was low, but sadly not low enough. 4 HP locks in a 17-16 half for VP.Prodigy.
Yeah, that's very impressive. I mean, Lomic didn't even know where that last player was either. He was spamming Tetris. He had the wrong read completely. Took him 2 shots to take down Keve, and he's still quick enough to get the shot off. VP switching sides. Let's throw our minds back to regulation. VP were dominant, 11-4 on their T side. And now, they're ready to close. They're ready to dish out more heartbreak to Fnatic Rising, a team that have already taken a double OT loss on Vertigo here yesterday. VP, will they be the bearer of bad news? Will they be the deliverers of death? Bloody certainly hopes so. Getting back up to the A site, 35 kills deep. He's top of the server. Regali, who? AST dead first. Pepsil does trade though. Result again going 1-for-1 at B, no matter what side he's on, CT or T. But it's all even, and VP don't want to lose anymore. Eventually grouping back up on A with the AWP as well. Regali's in middle, so he's not going to be part of the action right now. In fact, Fnatic Rising are leaning heavy towards B. Finally going to pull a second player back towards that A site. Process has no info. He's going to tell his teammate, watch out, they could be in for all I know. I just have this little gap towards short. VP are making it obvious, so they are throwing utility. That will confirm Fnatic's suspicions as VP now set up the execute.
Yeah, smokes down, wallless smokes lets you move in and get this bomb planted, and then just set up for retake. No, post-plant rather. I tell you what, there is even this little boost coming in over the top.
Oh,
and,
no!
Yeah, Bloody spots them going up and over. A double kill, a multi-kill out of him. Regali, clash of the two top players. Again, it's Regali coming out ahead. He's opened up a path into this 2-on-2 retake, but how much can one man do? Pepsor's low on HP, so Regali has got to deliver, and delivery will. Oh, all the kills for Regali. 3 in the round, double up for Pepsor as well. There's seemingly nothing that's too tall of a challenge for this guy. He is willing to throw himself into any situation. You have got to respect the game that we are getting out of Regali right now.
Yeah, it's like, it's insane how we're getting, you know, these incredible entries and VP in full control, and you feel like you're in rounds that just can't be lost. Bloody at the forefront, double entrying, and then suddenly Regali just comes out of nowhere and wins a round again on his own. Another 2vx, but Regali does it all. He doesn't need assistance. He wants all the limelight. He wants every frag, and he's going to gun game his way there. Or AK, you name it, he's done it.
This is so weird, man. It's like an anime battle, bro. It's like Bloody versus Regali, and the other guys are just supporting characters in this story. Process decides, no, I want my share of the limelight. So he opens up this round by removing the raid boss of Bloody on the other team. And now it's a 5-on-3 for Fnatic Rising. Pepsor, someone else who's found his footing for the Fnatic squad, won't give up the B play. Regali's moved in to help him out, as is often the case. And Regali, how's he the man to get that kill?
Both of those last kills are not his kills to have. They're stolen.
Right,
God.
I'm following Regali right now. I know it's unorthodox, but I'm doing it. Everyone else, I advise you do the same thing. At Regali CSGO, drop this guy a follow, because look at what he's doing.
Yeah, get there before the crowds do. Oh my word, Harry.
Y'all are nailing it. He's already gone up 60 followers, man. Let's really try and make his day, because right now, if you're a Fnatic Rising fan, he's probably making your day.
Yeah, he's about to make his whole team's day if they can close out this final round. This is the first time Fnatic have had a match point. It's always been against them. Pepsor pushed down on the B stairs, Result looking for that kill, but no one willing to go one step too far, one step further. And so they hold off, and VP have to look elsewhere. Back up on A. Pushing numbers towards the A side. Contact as well. They haven't mollied sandbags. There's no warning. Natus still being held. And oh dear, Regali provides cover. He's found one. He's been tagged down again. But his team are here to pick up the pieces. Rifles netting more kills. And now a 5-on-2 to close.
Yeah, it's looking as good as done. There's no Bloody, there's no Titan for VP.Prodigy. It's the other guys that have to now make the difference. Down with one of them, the flank from Process netting that kill, and it's all to cheerful 1v3 with the fall of that first man, but he can't find anything else. And so Fnatic Rising, it takes overtime, but they lock this in, an unreal comeback and an